Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're going to get back into more foodie beauty content. We are back with another video, her current newest video, and I don't actually know much about it other than the fact that she was on one of Keemstar's live streams. Apparently something to do with a show called Lolcow or Live or something like that. I have no idea what it's about, but I'm assuming if it has Lolcow in the name, it's probably something bad. That being said, we're going to let Foodie take it away, and we're going to see how the video goes, shall we?
Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video. So, I was on Lolcow live panel yesterday, and I thought I would talk about that. But here's a brief clip from me being on the panel.
I like it because you know what, but you'll have to probably give her a few bucks for her hijab wardrobe fund. So if you got a few extra bucks
I got my own. I'm a boss bitch, man. I can afford my own wardrobe.
I think it could work, Keem. I think it could work.
Listen,
I mean, at least.
Knowing the fact that Foodie and Boogie2298 is in the same video, I'm gonna have to react to it now. Oh god, I'm gonna have to put that into like some sort of schedule so I can check it out and see how bad it is.
So I wanted to talk a bit about that. So Lolcow Live is a live show consisting of panel of Lolcows. In the Lolcow live show, it has Boogie2988 and Wings of Redemption, and Keemstar is the host and owner of the show. He's the mastermind behind everything. Now Keemstar is a very smart creator, very smart businessman, and he is planning on making a whole bunch of shows. His most recent project is Lolcow Queens, which would consist of a similar show to the Lolcow Live, but it would have an all-female panel. And I guess, you know, one of those members confirmed for sure is Tina D from The Kid Behind the Camera. I'm not really familiar with all that lore.
I don't know her personally, and I don't think I watched any of her videos, but I have been told she is a bit of a mess, so I'm assuming she would probably be like another Foodie, another Amber, which I could definitely check her out at one point or another when I finally catch up with all the Foodie videos.
So yeah, but okay. Now I am a watcher of the show. I do enjoy putting on the Lolcow Live with Wings, Boogie, and Keem, and the reason I like to do that is I like their dynamic, their banter. I like, though, when they do what I've discovered, I guess, recently about what I like about the show is I like the more lighthearted content when they're all, you know, getting along and they're all doing something interesting, like when they went to the Halloween haunts, when Boogie's picking up trash by the road, you know, as a punishment. I like that kind of content. What I don't really enjoy, I've noticed about the show, is I don't like the, you know, the back and forth of the just extreme hate, name calling, shouting, the drama, that kind of thing. And
I can understand what she says, because I myself, I don't like a lot of the drama that Foodie and Amber do. Like, I like the funny, lighthearted stuff that you can really poke fun at, but the serious things that could be considered crimes or just flat out disgusting things they do at certain points, it's a little over the top and I don't really like it. I do address it because I think it's something that should be talked about and people should be held accountable for their actions. That being said, Foodie does enjoy a lot of the drama. She loves getting down and dirty and just really going for the low blow when she can. And there are things in which she shouldn't do, full stop, regardless of how other people act towards you, such as wishing harm or someone no longer being alive. Those are things that you don't do about other people. She also takes parts of people's criticism or the words and like either conflates it or just straight up puts words in other people's mouths in order to make some sort of argument for the people who are not going to do the work and look up the just the evidence to find out what actually happened. And like, something I have noticed, and I've been doing a little bit of research, some of the past things that she has said and done. She will take what people say, an opinion, as if it's an allegation, which is like, it's the two are not the same thing. An allegation is accusing you of something, where an opinion is assuming something about someone and giving their perspective or idea of what potentially happened. Which, if you aren't a compulsive liar, or if you're not omitting key details so people try to fill in the blanks themselves, then people wouldn't really have the room to speculate or, kind of call you a liar. Like, they are not putting an allegation out there and saying that you're straight up doing this, you're committing a crime, or you're doing something, horrendously bad. They are showing either the things that you say and do, or they're putting out an opinion based on your past actions, which probably is what is going to be the truth. Because, like, if you do something and say something that is, like, out of character for you, people are going to assume that you're lying, because that's really for what it is. And, like, Foodie, you have done so many bad things in your past that can you really blame people for assuming the worst of you?
It just kind of like brings me in like a negative space, and I guess it also just kind of reminds me of times where I'm angry and I let my anger get the better of me and I rage, or how I used to rage really bad and just be more that way. And so I'm going to explain.
I like how she says something in the past, like as if it's something she doesn't currently do. Like, I could probably pull up something less than a week ago of you raging about something, like threatening to go full Karen and sue someone, or wishing harm or unaliving on someone else less than a month ago, making fun of people who are no longer around. Like, you do these things on a weekly or monthly basis. Sometimes it's daily if you get too much drama at one point in time. Like, you're a very quick burn. But then after an hour or so, you just basically delete everything because you regret your decision, and then you just, one big cycle you repeat over and over again.
Why I am not going to audition for the Lolcow Queens show. And I did get approached by somebody from their docket team. Very, very nice person, by the way, if you're watching. Thank you so much for thinking about me. And,
I think one of the biggest reasons why she won't do it is because she doesn't have control over it. With, like, her live streams or her videos or her posts, she has full control over whether or not people get to kind of see it, because she gets to delete those things. And with reaction channels, a lot of them are smaller in comparison to her own channels. Not all of them, but some of them. So if she goes on a larger platform like Keemstar's Lolcow Queens or Lolcow Live, or even just featured on one of his own videos, he has like so many more subscribers than she does. So she is going to be on a bigger platform, and when she inevitably kind of just rages and says something wrong, she's going to be painted in such a negative light that she is going to just freak out, because she won't have creative control over it, and she won't be able to just delete it like she would any of her videos or live streams.
For those of you who thought that I would be a good fit for that show, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Considering if you watch the show. Look, the show.
Yeah, no, if you're considered a lolcow, that is not a good thing. That is definitely not a compliment. And if you're approached for a show to be a lolcow and placed in a similar position to Boogie, that is definitely not a compliment. That is one of the biggest insults, honestly, for a YouTuber. Like, definitely. Like, if you're considered to be in a similar position to Boogie, like, oh god, I would quit my YouTube career right there.
Oh, it's meant to be a dumpster fire. That's what is the entertainment value of that show. It's Lolcow Live. So I find it very hilarious seeing in the comments all of my very, very, very dedicated haters. I see you. And it's the same one since I started my channel, all just really trying to ruin this opportunity for me, any opportunity they can. And they don't realize that they're just promoting me more. Like, the more messy you make me seem, the more outlandish you make me seem, the more that's going to pique interest for the show. There are people on the show, I mean, like, Boogie faked cancer before. I mean, it's not a show of virtuous people. That's not the point of it. Okay?
Yeah, and do you think that's kind of a good image for you? Because you're trying to paint yourself as a good, virtuous, modest Muslim housewife, and yet you're being essentially compared and given the opportunity of someone who has faked cancer. Like, that's not a good thing. That's a very bad thing for your image, and you're out here like trying to brag about it. That's not brag worthy. Like, that's the complete opposite for anyone with any sort of moral compass.
You know, I mean, he has redeemed himself, whatever. He's done his punishment, but my point is, if you're looking for a panel of angels, you're not going to find it on Lolcow. And if you did have very virtuous people on there, people would be bored and not watch, and that's a fact, okay?
I mean, yeah, if you have a panel created for drama and there is no drama, people are not going to show up for it. But there are a lot of live streamers who don't do drama and pull really good numbers. And there's also a lot of big charity events and stuff like that. People pull like millions of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people, to watch them for creating these elaborate shows and stuff. So it's like you don't need drama to sell, but you know, you need to have something else that would entertain the people. And like I watch a lot of like D&D like live streams where they have like a panel of people playing D&D, and it's like they don't need like massive drama in order to kind of pull good numbers. They just create a fun show for people to watch.
So, and Keemstar's smart, and he knows this. So it's basically like a Jerry Springer of YouTube, kind of, maybe worse. So, I had to decline politely auditioning for any spot on any of the shows. I went up last night, and honestly, I kind of regret it because, and I'm not crapping on the show at all. The show is what it is, and I knew that. So it was totally my decision to go up, and you know, it just made me feel like I'm going against principles that I'm trying to live by. Hashing up old stuff about my life that happened 3 years ago.
I just want to pop in to say the emphasis on the really trying part, like that's the key word. She's trying and failing. Kind of like myself, I try to promise myself that I won't swear in videos, and here I am every second video dropping the F-bomb like it's gone out of fashion.
I'm not that person anymore. I don't do OF content. I would never anymore. You know, whatever happened in my relationship, we've been moving on from that. I just don't want, you know, stupid things like accusations from years and years ago that are just like totally irrelevant now. I have no interest in, you know, screaming back and forth to generate views.
The funny thing is, you say that you don't need to do it, and yet you have this weird compulsive thing to do it. You constantly fight on a weekly basis, and then you kind of delete it and forget about it. You act as if it never happened when it's like you do. Like, you rage, you apologize, you delete the apology, and then you kind of circle back to doing it again because you can't help but watch like reaction channels.
It's just not something I'm very interested in anymore in life, I guess. You know, I think yesterday, me being in that environment kind of confirmed it for me. I'm trying to like say my opinion without being a total sounding snobby, because I'm not. I don't want to just partake in that kind of content for views or money.
I know you would definitely do that. The problem is that you will regret it, but you can't delete it. That's why you won't do it on someone else's channel. You'll do it on your own channel, just not someone else's, because once you regret it, you can't delete it because someone else has creative control over it. Also, it's not snobby to want to do something. Like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. That's perfectly fine. Just say, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to be a part of that. No, thank you. That's perfectly fine. The snobbiness comes in when you believe that you're above that, or you're above the people who partake in that, because that is very much you. Like, you won't do that on someone else's channel because you won't be able to delete it, but you doing that on your own channel on a weekly basis is very much you. That is who you are as a person, whether you like it or not.
You know, I thought it would be a fun opportunity, because, you know, I saw the dynamic that the Lolcow livecast have together, and it looks fun. It looks like they've developed a friendship, you know, and they have fun doing it. So for me, I wasn't really just thinking, you know, of money potential. I was thinking of more of like networking, like building friendships and stuff. But I don't think that that's the type of content that Lolcow Queens will be. I don't really just want to, you know, be screamed at and yelled at all day and night, or for a few hours or whatever. It's just not something that I find pleasurable. And I don't want to like dredge up my past for entertainment as well.
Shit, Foodie, I got no problem. Move over. I'll do it. I do that shit for free with family members, and I come from a very large family. My grandmother is one of 25. My mum is one of 8. I'm one of 5. I got aunts and uncles ranging from 3 kids all the way up to like 13, 14. So, like, no problem. I got that shit on lock.
Of course, people are probably still gonna ruminate over it, talk about it, rewatch all the old stuff. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's not who I am anymore. And whether you think that I'm wearing a costume or not is, you know, I'm not here to convince people anymore. Especially haters, of anything. I'm just here to live my life, and that's it. Like, I'm just, that's totally up to you what you think of me. That's not my business anymore, basically.
I mean, you can't really try to convince someone that you're valid if you're not valid. Like, you're not a Muslim housewife because you're not actually married, and the mask that you have really slips off whenever you're age, which, again, weekly basis. So, like, who you present yourself to be is not who you truly are. So you can't really convince anyone of anything because it's not true. It's called manipulation.
But, you know, I am a Muslim revert, and I haven't been acting accordingly, like, especially being on that show. So,
you have fully admitted that you don't actually believe in anything and you don't have Muslim faith. You only care about the fact that you have a man, and when your husband, quotations, cheated on you, you really just showed that fact that you didn't give two shits about anything. And, like, the only reason why you're pretending to be Muslim in the first place is to have a man. Like, pay a man to love you, really.
And engaging in negativity, acknowledging haters, acknowledging negativity, retaliating against haters, you know, swearing way too much, just doing a lot of things that are just against principles that I'm trying to follow now in life. So that's the main reasons that, you know, I don't feel that this show is the right fit for me anymore. Maybe if it was Foodie Beauty from 3 years ago, then yeah, more than likely that would be totally fine.
Or like Foodie 2 months ago, where you wish them harm and you wish they were no longer alive.
But it's just not something that I feel fits the direction of life I'm seeking to go forward in. So, good luck to me, because I have to, you know, it's an onward journey. It's not easy. It's not easy trying to become a better person, but
if you are a genuinely kind and empathetic person, those type of things should come somewhat naturally to you. You don't have to try very hard in order to be a good person. You just are. And I'm not saying that you're going to have to be perfect 24/7, or you are going to be perfect 24/7. Sometimes you make mistakes, sometimes you have bad days, or you may have just read the room or someone's emotions wrong, and you may have said or done the wrong thing that caused them to, you know, to be hurt. That's just how the human experience is. Sometimes people are going to make mistakes, but most people who are genuinely kind people, who are empathetic to other people's emotions, are going to understand they did something wrong, they're going to apologize, and they're going to try making amends and not do it again. You're just going to get on the internet, you're going to throw a bunch of shade, throw a bunch of shit, wish harm on other people, wish unaliving on other people, and then make a fake apology you're going to take back an hour later, and then repeat the same cycle over again. So it's like, you're not trying, you're just trying to hide who you are as a person, which is two very different things.
I know in my heart what I want to do, and I just have to put the intention in there. I have to put the work in there, and that's what I want to focus on. I want my channel to be super boring. I want my channel to
You are aware that you could be a kind person and also be an interesting person. It just requires you to be both respectful, kind, and just hardworking. You have to build a channel more than just drama, more than just eating food. You have to actively do things that kind of gets those people to support you. And you kind of have to get rid of the people that do support you right now, because let's face it, if they're willing to support you, they're probably all trash people anyway. So, like, put them in the trash, because they are not worth keeping around. If they're willing to support you in the worst of your actions, they are not worth having around. Find people that actually genuinely kind, respectful people who are interested in following you for your personality and not for the drama or the food or whatever aspect that, do follow you for currently. Like, just build your audience on those type of people.
be more wholesome. Like, even the beesing, I want a wholesome bees. I want to just have lighthearted fun. I don't want to have negativity and hate, because honestly, it's just not worth the mental health. So that's why I don't feel like I would be a good fit. Like, upon further thought, I was impulsive when they asked me to come on the show. I was like, oh my gosh, like a little bit starstruck, because Keem has a lot of clout and he's famous on the YouTube streets, and I thought, I'm labeled as a lolcow, and
don't you think that's a little concerning for someone who wants to change, that you are considered a lolcow, and instead of sticking with your guns and saying, no, I want to be better, I want to change, I want to be a genuinely kind person away from the drama, you immediately jumped at the chance for more attention, more fame, and more money? Like, that just shows you that you're not as different as you claim you are, or at least as much as you really want to claim that you want to change you are, like the person you are. Did that make sense? Want to change the person you actually are? Maybe that's better phrasing? Yeah.
I felt like if there's anybody that should be on a lolcow show, especially with women, it should be me. I'm a lolcow. I'm one of the biggest ones, right? So, but I realized that I'm not really I'm not like I was before. I haven't done any of those shitty behavior things in years, and
you quite literally wished unaliving upon someone. You wish that she would suffer unalive and end up like her deceased mother. So you can't say you're not that person, because you are very much that person. Like, if you were a genuinely changed person, that type of thinking would never have crossed your mind. And like, the fact that you think that was appropriate to do, and then give an apology which you took back an hour later because you deleted the apology, like, that just shows you that you didn't care. You only cared about what people thought, and apologizing was admitting guilt. So again, you deleted the apology, so then you didn't mean any of it, including the apology.
rages, yeah, still raging against haters, yeah, but that's, again, I'm really trying to just challenge myself and just let them talk to themselves. So I really want to just focus on lighthearted, fun content, so that's all I want to do. So nothing personal against the show. I'm sure they won't even care, honestly. They won't miss me, but yeah, it's not something, I don't want to live in my past and rehash everything and give attention to things that people just want to use to bring me down, to try to bring me down. It's just not what I want to do. So yeah, I want to continue to try and work on bettering myself and living my life with my happy little family. And my life is not perfect. It never will be, and like I always say, that's fine. I don't mind my speckled axe. I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy with the positive beezers I have in my life. I have my beezer army, even if it's not as big as hater army, that's fine.
The thing is, Foodie, I would be willing to give you leniency and be like, all right, I'm not going to judge you if you're willing to change and be a better person. The thing is, I don't think you don't want to do it because you want to be a better person. I think you don't want to do it because deep down you know you will regret it. You're going to say and do the wrong things, and millions of people are going to see who you truly are. So that when you eventually do regret it and you want it gone, you won't be able to do that because you don't have creative control, and then you're going to, you know, essentially regret it in the future because it's going to have a negative impact on you in some way. Like, that's what it is. And like, you can say that you didn't buy your subscribers, that someone else did it for you, but you don't have as big as audience as really your subscriber count shows. So you right now are playing it a lot more safe than what you would be on a channel like Keemstar's.
For me, it's, you know, quality over quantity. I don't, you know, have people in my chat just saying, you know, B word, see you next Tuesday. I hope this person dies. They're disgusting. I hope they stroke out. Just like the nastiest crap, you know, and cheering on someone's downfall and just being negative all the time. We just laugh and have a good time most of the time.
Yeah, I'm going to call you on that because I have seen the rage posts and I've seen the comments under the rage posts, and I can assure you they say some pretty messed up shit too. Like, you will get offended by people criticizing the way you look. Well, you are there laughing with them when they're calling other people certain things too. Saying that people should lose their kids, people should be unalive, people should no longer exist. Making jokes about deceased people and their family members. Like, you're right there along with them joking in the comments. I've seen it. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to deny it. You can delete it, but I've seen it. So that if you want, it'll be a matter of time before you do it again.
And that's what I want to continue to do. So I appreciate you guys. I love my Beezers. And yeah, so anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Alright guys, come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I get to see you lovely people in the next one. Bye bye.